Hi there, my name is Polina, and in this video I will guide you through our allocation management template. There are really tons of ways to manage allocation management. This template covers just one of the potential use cases. Here we'll have three primary databases, three primary types of data we are going to collect information about. First of all, there is a capacity plan. Here we will store information about how much time each time member can dedicate to work in a specific time period. For example, if you are doing this on a monthly basis, you can say Polina has 40 hours available this month. Or we know that Polina is on vacation. This is why this month she has only 20 hours which can be dedicated. You can also do this not on a monthly basis, but on a weekly one. For example, this week Polina will dedicate 5 hours here and 15 hours there. The next database is project. Most likely project also has some time frame when it has to be delivered, and maybe it also have its own limits. So we have to spend on this project no more than 8 hours. And there you will also have a calculation how many hours have we spent already based on the allocations. And the last, but probably the most important one here, that must be used most, are allocations. Here you will see who works on what, when, and for how long. For example, we allocate Polina for 10 hours on project A for the next week. Or we dedicate Polina's 25 hours for the next month. Now, let's see how to use it. We are going to our capacity planning table. So I assigned a few right now. Let's change one of them to Chris. Polina has something for July, and Chris also has something for July. You can check if it shows whether this capacity plan is a future one, active, or finished one. So we have a start date, we have an end date, we have capacity, how many hours, and there are also a few formulas, which are called hours planned and capacity status. So those will be adjusted once we plan a few allocations, and then we will see whether what we allocated suits and fits into our capacity plan. You can add a new capacity plan directly here. For this, you'll have to define how many hours and its start date and add a user. Let's go to the next part where you see all the projects already. So I can also open this project website redesign. I can see all the details here, and we see quite a lot of information here. What we're interested in are allocations. If I click the button active only, then I will be able to see those that are active at the moment. I can scroll up a little bit, and there is also a button which is called Plan Allocation. So directly from the project level, I can click on the button and define here some details. As you see, Polina is a very hardworking person. Allocation was added. There we can see it. It's the finished one because I added retrospective dates. This is why I will not be able to see it from the active perspective. Then we go to the next two, which is called allocations by project. You can either show items one entity per lane, or if you want to see better whether something is crossing, if you see something is wrong, you can also drag and drop it here directly, and it will be adjusted automatically. Then we go to the allocations by user. And the same works here. You can have one entity per lane, or you can have them on the same level. In this case, probably it will be more complicated to read, but a bit more simple to see whether there are any cross parts or not. And also, as always, on a Fields tab on any view, you can define which fields are visible on the card. I can also want start dates and end dates and make them more visible, but since it's a timeline, that's probably too much to have. And last but not least, we also have allocation graph here. This one, for example, is analyzing allocations, and we can see hours allocated to the projects, the summary of all those hours grouped by the project, and on the label, we see those hours just for the... We can also make it a bit different. For example, we will visualize it with color to see how many of those are active, finished, or upcoming, or we can make a stack. You can think what kind of reporting is required for your use case, because After that, you can always export the report. You can also publicly share it. And last thing I want to show you in terms of the structure, we'll be back to our first table, which is called capacity planning. As you see, something changed here. So Polina now is colored with red. We see that the capacity is 40 hours and hours planned became 50. Why? Because we just put Polina on a couple of allocations, and let me open it in full. Allocations are connected to the capacity plan automatically. So there is a small trick which is called auto-linking. So we say that if month and year of the capacity plan are the same as month and year from the allocation and users are equal as well, in this case they are getting connected. So we could feel if it is the whole month, probably it will be precise. Then we see which allocations suit the time frame of the capacity plan, and we can see whether this person is overbooked or not. Here the trick is that now it is designed for the monthly planning. If you will rely on weekly or bi-weekly planning, you'll have to adjust the formulas a little bit, because now it checks month and year and you'll have to check week and year. So if you'll need help with that, just ping us, we'll be happy to help you to adjust. But we see that Polina was dedicated 50 hours in total. Hours planned were 40. It means that Polina is overbooked for this capacity plan. You can also check out more details about how it works in the README. So in README, we mostly explain the logic behind the framework. In how to use it, we focus on this template. And Customize Me is just a few ideas how this template can be improved. If you have any questions, again, you're very welcome to ask, and thank you for watching.